We are quickly getting to that time of year where you're thinking about how to upgrade your golf bag in 2023. Hi everyone, I'm James and that's Chris, and this is Get Good at Golf. Chris, how are you?
Very good, yourself?
I'm okay, thank you. Chris, people are probably thinking now about maybe upgrading the bag for next year. So I thought we'd do a quick video just kind of helping them along, making sure they don't make mistakes that we've made in the past,
Yep.
and making sure they don't waste any money.
Correct, and first one up for me is best club I've got in my bag, although the mini driver's doing a great job, but 7-wood. So instead of going for a hybrid, instead of going for a 3-iron, instead of going for a driving iron that I can't really hit consistently, 7-wood, 21.5 degrees, much easier to hit, probably a favourite club in the bag. It's good on par 4s, good on your lone par 3s. A lot of people don't have it because they feel like they have to go for a driving iron.
That's a great shot.
It is much easier to hit than a long iron.
And one thing I'm going to add to that, Chris, as well, if you were going to go and buy a 7-wood now, I know you're thinking about maybe upgrading that, you don't need to buy something brand new. Is that a G10?
It's a G10.
So you could probably pick that up in a bargain bag for very little.
Probably £30, I would say. That's being probably generous. But yeah, you don't have to get brand new, but the main thing is there, which we're going to move on to in some point in this video, is talk about shaft, making sure you've got the right shaft for your club head speed, for the way you swing it, which is going to be crucial.
Who'd put a red grip on a gold shaft?
Me.
So guys, another tip that I'm going to give you, and this is something which I see so many golfers do, is think more about the brand than the club. Now, I love lots of different golf brands. I like Titleist, I like TaylorMade, I like Callaway, I like Ping, but for me it's more about the makeup of the set. You'll see here I've got a nice cavity iron. This isn't in my bag, but it's a club that I have been testing through 2022, because for me, if you get a nice forgiving iron, that's going to help you more than just thinking my irons need to match my bag, it needs to match my towel, it needs to match the umbrella, and if I use a TaylorMade ball, I obviously need TaylorMade irons. You'll be amazed how many people do that. Right. You'll see there, that wasn't the best strike, but because we've got a nice forgiving iron, it is middle of the fairway, and it's going to serve us a lot better than something which maybe you wouldn't be suited to. So guys, a couple of quick points there, and I think one of the big emphases that we have there,
Oh, that's a new one.
is on forgiveness, because I see so many golfers who go and buy the golf clubs that maybe look the best. Obviously Chris is using a 7-wood, a 2-iron may look better in the bag, but a 7-wood does help you more. And at the moment I'm using Mizuno cavities, but if I used to use the blades, or if I used the clubs that I used to use in the blades, then I wouldn't be playing as good a golf as I am. I wouldn't be beating Chris half as often.
That's a lie, because now with my new blades, I'm certainly beating you all the time. But yeah, it's picking things that obviously don't just look good in the bag, they need to be obviously working for you. A lot of that then comes down to picking the right shaft. So a lot of people, again, start to think, well, I'm not so old, I'm a certain age, that means I still need a stiff shaft, because if I've got a regular shaft, people are going to take the mic or take the mick out of you. But again, you need the ones that are going to help you the most. If we can swing it a little bit easier and we have the right shaft with the right kick point, which is something we'll talk about on the channel, it's going to help you gain distance, be more consistent and lower your handicap. And
even down to the right material shaft as well. We are huge fans of graphite shafted irons on this channel, and wedges as well.
Yes.
But a lot of people would think, oh no, I need to have steel shafts because otherwise I'm going to look inferior. That's not the case. If you stand up there and play your best golf with graphite shafted irons, go and get graphite shafted irons.
Yes.
So another point when you are buying new golf clubs for 2023, guys, think about what golf clubs you need in the bag. Think about what golf clubs may perhaps improve your game. We all think, oh, you know what, I want to go and buy a new driver. I want to spend £500 on a driver. I want the latest TaylorMade because it's going to be shiny, it's going to be new, and it's going to impress everyone. When often you may think, you know what, my wedges are a little bit battered. I may need to upgrade them. I may need new grooves on them. And that might actually help improve my game a little bit more. We are placing, and I'm not going to be lazy, I'm going to give that a clean. Right. Get right. We'll take it. And for me, guys, that is quite an important point, because so many times when people buy new golf clubs, the first instinct is, do I need a new driver? Do I need to hit it further? And we all know technology isn't really moving that much further anymore, because it can't do. But if you need new grooves, if you need different shafts in your wedges, if you need different gapping, that'll probably help you more.
Yeah, exactly. And going on that point of what James has just made there with wedges, you've got to think a lot of people get fit for a set of irons and then somebody or the pro might just make up and go, well, you just need a 50, 54 and 58, that'll do fine. Make sure it fits, make sure you've got the right bounce and grind, which is again another video on the channel which James will tag above. But again, getting this right angle, obviously here on the bottom of your club, depending on your angle of attack, depending on how you swing the golf club, you need something that's going to be that's going to be the most forgiving for you and help you on the miss strikes. They look
gorgeous now, don't they?
Certainly do. But has to match in, guys, because obviously this is a scoring area. This is where you are going to save shots. This is where you're going to lower your handicap. Just because you hit a driver maybe 5 yards further, that could be 5 yards further into the trees.
Nice. So guys, just before Chris gives us some more fantastic tips about what to think about when buying new golf clubs for 2023, I just want to say there's a big question where we all love new things, we all like shiny things, we all like the idea of spending money on something that you can get. But do we need that? Do we need new clubs? Would we be better served getting lessons? Would we be better served spending the money on range balls and practicing through the winter? I totally understand the idea that if you want new clubs, you want new clubs, because I'm as bad as anyone for that. But sometimes you might be better off just using that money elsewhere. Maybe putting it towards a membership instead of just playing once every couple of months at different courses. Money is tight for everyone at the minute, and sometimes buying a new set of those isn't top of the priority list.
No, exactly. So think about that, guys. But again, it's really important on this area. So putting, a lot of people want to buy new putters. How many people have 2 or 3 putters in the archives, in your garage? You have 2 or 3. Oh, I always like to go back to my blade every now and then. I know James has got multiple putters.
A lot.
I can't say anything, I've got a couple. But it's one of those things, you might be better off just if you have a sound technique, you should be able to putt with anything. If your stroke is like Zorro, it's a figure of 8, it's all over the place and you have no consistency, no matter what putter people tell you, nothing's going to be consistent. If you get a big mallet, it's not going to be consistent because your stroke's still not going to be returning a neutral path and a square face. So maybe in that case, get a lesson on your putting. How many people go for putting lessons? Probably not a great deal of you. Again, comment below if you have had those consistently. But that's something where we can get a technique that's going to be less than buying 3 new putters over a season. It'll get you, again, reducing that handicap and holing a few more putts.
Good pace. Oh, delightful.
Especially with putters, guys, it's not just about getting a mallet putter because you're a beginner golfer. It has to suit your stroke. It has to be something that aims you correctly, something that helps you there. Every little help we can get from a putter,
Well, you Tesco.
It's going to help. Every little help, yeah, it's going to help you hole more putts.
And interesting there what Chris has said as well about the putter. It goes kind of throughout the bag. Like if you think, oh, I just need a new shaft in my driver, I need, you know what, if I can just go a little bit stiffer, a little bit more torsional stiffness, maybe change the loft, that might be the answer. When realistically, how much difference are you going to see from that shaft change, from the loft change? Yes, you might see increments, but it's not going to be a total overhaul like a lesson could be.
Oh, I didn't know we were playing with Phil Mickelson here. Flag out.
It's almost like there was too much loft on there, Chris, isn't it?
Some would say that maybe, yes.
But guys, that's just a real quick video just to help you understand how, I'm really glad that's gone in actually because that's a half, understand what to spend your money on in 2023. Get in the comments below what clubs are you thinking about upgrading to in 2023, and make sure you hit that subscribe button here at Get Good at Golf for more golf related tips every day.